Your ignorance and your lack of study on this subject is quite astounding. Like I mentioned, creedal Christians absolutely are hilarious. Even among evangelical scholars, the concept of the Trinity is absolutely unbiblical and has no basis in Christian origin or theology. Probably the most authoritative book on the subject is Daniel Wallace's Greek Grammar Beyond the Basics, where it actually argues that what we actually see as translated in John 1:1 isn't what the Greek says at all. And this has been echoed by numerous biblical scholars, evangelical and non-evangelical, creedal Christian and restorationist alike. Now, as far as the origins of the Trinitarian idea, I actually was mistaken. I originally said that it was Aristotelian in origin. It actually was Plato. Now, I would recommend you actually go read this article here, mainly for a bit of an insight on where the Trinitarian doctrine actually came from. But needless to say, it was around for at least 400 years, if not more, before Christ walked the earth. Now, if we were to take the text as written, as we currently have it translated, mistranslations and all, even then, the concept of the Trinitarian, the three-in-one doctrine, gets flipped on its head, especially when you take into consideration the latter half of the Gospel of John, from essentially John 15 through the end of the book. Look, when push comes to shove, the Trinity just isn't biblical at all. The concept of a three-in-one God just does not work. John 17, probably one of the most beautiful chapters in all of Scripture, perfectly outlines how God and Jesus relate to each other. And while that may be one of the more blatant examples of how the Trinity just doesn't work and falls flat on its face, it's sprinkled all throughout the New Testament, throughout the Gospels, throughout Acts, throughout all the Pauline epistles, even throughout Revelation, even throughout the Old Testament. So let's put this to rest, shall we? The Trinity does not work when held under scrutiny, and it is not biblical or Christian. Be good.